Hi. Welcome. Welcome in, everyone. Nice to see you. Good afternoon to, I suppose, Asia, Europe, UK. Good morning, early birds in the US. Happy to have you. I'm Adara. I write young adult fiction, kind of gearing towards new adult sometimes. Paranormal, romance, sci-fi, in lots of fusions. It's great to have you here. I did this event last year and it was awesome. Just bringing everyone together from across the globe for an absolute marathon, whether you want to read or write or just get some work done. It's fantastic. And thank you all for being here. Hello to Rachel. Hello to Brett, the foggy author. Hello to Stephanie. And hi, Teresa, good morning. Yes, my god, early birds. Early birds. Could not do it that early. Thankfully for me, it's 12 o'clock, so I've got it easy. I have got it easy. We have 1 hour for this time slot. I was hoping that we could get some work done maybe in 2 22-minute sprints with some breaks, like a little 5-minute break in between, and we'll save this chat at the end. Please tell everyone what you're working on. If you've been involved for the rest of the week, how have you found it? And at the end, please do fill out the survey. The links should be in the description, and I'm sure the wonderful Teresa will help with those at the end too. And a big thank you to Sako before this, who was hosting some very, very fun kind of questions in the break. Things like if your characters had a group chat, who would automatically be blocked. That was fun. So I plan on doing some writing. I'm working on a paranormal romantic comedy. Especially with the weather in the UK, it's very dreary at the moment. I think I could use something to give me a bit of a lift. Something to cheer me up. So let's hop over to the writing screen. There we go. Now this is a setup I've never tried before, which is with a webcam view. I always have a notepad next to me, so always twiddling with a pen. Let me know if this works for you. If you hear noises in the background, it is most likely one of my cats. I have 2. One called Thelonious and one called Karibo. Brett says, I'm currently editing my next foglog video and also editing my time travel novel. You are full of busy. Full of busy. That's awesome. Yeah, I have 3 projects, 3 books on the go, all in different parts. I purely worked on one book for about 5 years. Now I'm making an audiobook of that myself. I have another book which I'm writing the first draft, which I'm hoping to do today. And the sequel to my debut is currently in revisions. Thank you! I quite like this setup as well. It was just something I wanted to test out. I'm still getting used to this. It's a new computer. It's capable of so much more. My old laptop was on its last legs. Literally. The people who've been following me know it was kind of propped up on 2 laptop stands with a fan underneath it, so it didn't overheat. Yeah, I tried this dual setup once with my last laptop, and what I found was it crashed. It crashed. Nothing else, just nope. Not good. So I'm so pleased I can get it working now, though. I find with Authortube and Booktube, it can be a bit of a weird space where some people like VTubers, some people don't. People are used to seeing people, and I do explain a lot with my hands. So, yeah. Hoggy approves. I think Hoggy is probably going to be the star of the chat today. Hoggy, for those who don't know, is Brett, the Foggy Author's timer. It's a countdown timer, which is a pig. It is very, very fun. He features pretty much on every one of the Foggy Author's videos. Right. Time's a ticking, so I recommend we hop into our first sprint. So, I'll announce the start, and then at the countdown, it will chime. And that will launch us into a bit of a 5-minute break, and then relaunch us back into the next sprint. I didn't know if 25 minutes was going to be a push for time, or if 20 minutes would be too short, so I went the diplomatic route and have gone for 22 minutes in the middle. Any other suggestions? Anyone want 23 minutes? 24 minutes? We are a democracy. Let me know. I'm also testing out some new ears. These feather ears. They're very more active than I thought they would be. Happy with 22? Okay. Then I'm going to go on mute. Feel free to enjoy the lo-fi. Chat in chat. And I will see you on the other side of our first sprint. In 3, 2, 1, and go. And that's time. How did everybody get on? Welcome to all of the early birds in the chat. I am absolutely astonished that you're here. Now that's commitment. That is commitment. Especially those journaling habits. That's really, really nice. I keep a notebook with me across the day, but journaling and the idea of meeting your characters, that's a wonderful way to start the day. I'm trying to think, let's see, let's have a look. A lot of intentions of drinking coffee too. I don't blame you. Hello Dawn, welcome. Hello Marilyn, welcome. And hello Carla. Let's see, what did I get in that round? 202 words, although I did finish a chapter. I just tweaked the ending of a chapter and I'm drafting a new one. And it took me a long time to get back to where I really should be for that. I think I'll be much faster after this though, because I haven't worked on this probably in over a week. So coming in cold, not bad. Thank you very much, Carla, for pressing the like and subscribe. I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. I tend to live stream on Mondays. Sometimes you can find me kind of off the clock doing stuff over on Twitch. Just kind of more reading related stuff. VODs, I have a second channel. But I like to be here on Mondays. So 1 o'clock UK time. I suppose that would be 8 o'clock Eastern time? Yeah, I think that works out about right. The Foggy saying, I edited my Foglog script, now starting on my manuscript. Nice. I feel like if you're on Authortube or Booktube, then you have a bigger job ahead of you, because you also have to make all the videos too. In a way, I wonder if streaming's kind of a cheat for that, but I'm more than happy to have the company, and just to generally chat about all things books, which is fun. Point scoring going on in the chat are there? Eh? Oh, that's a nice thing to have. That's a very nice thing to have. I don't know where I'd be without I've got this giant A4 I say giant. To me it's giant. Great big spiral-bound notepad that I carry everywhere, and it's where I dump all my thoughts. Just anything I've got goes in there. Hence, always the pen, so I can doodle. It's just at my side here. Or just write anything that comes to mind. 1,000 words. Right, what? I suppose it is like 12 o'clock in the UK, but wow. You are full of ideas. Yeah. In this chat, okay, yeah. That tracks. I think a lot of, if I counted my words too in the chat, that would boost the count. I get that. That makes more sense. I was gonna say 1,000 words. And again, I know people who can do that in like 22 minutes. I'm just like, what? Okay, yeah. Call it. My hockey rom-coms took a twist this week. It was going to be 3 books. Then one of my characters changed names and ethnicity in book 2. I fell asleep watching Olympic ice hockey and book 4 showed up. Yes, I have been loving watching the Winter Olympics. So many things, so many different stories. In like every discipline, you could have a novel literally for every single one. As my character explained, all the players get their happy ever afters. Now it's up to 6 books. That's awesome. I would read that series. I would. That happened to me. My first book was not meant to be romance. In 2/3 the way through, my characters are like, you know, we ought to be together. I'm like, okay. We're gonna work on that. Right, I'll see you on the other side. Happy writing and being productive. And that's time. How did you all get on? I am well and truly into another scene, which I'm really pleased about in this first draft. It's kind of like a bridge, so I ended off one chapter, I've started a new chapter with this scene, and I'm quite happy with it. Just getting my characters where they need to be, explaining what happened. There was a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of the last chapter. We've swapped person's point of view, so they can pick up with what happens with someone else, and now we're just rolling on from there. Thank you all for being here. The next session of this marathon, which I like to call a relay race, it's kind of like a relay, you're handing a baton to other people. The next part of this is over with Ruth, and I believe I put the link to that in the description, and there is also a playlist as well, where you can check everyone out. Make sure that you're subscribed to everyone. It has been phenomenal to be here again this year. I was here last year. I met so many wonderful people, and thank you for having me, especially with my rather unusual setup. I appreciate it. I'm glad to hear that, Carla, that you're also making some progress. Sky, I do hope you get some work done. Hopefully Ruth can help with that. And since this is basically roughly about 24/7, there should always roughly be someone live until the end of Sunday, which is awesome. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, I am here on Mondays if you ever want to check me out. Yeah. I will see you over at Ruth's channel, because I'm hoping to get a bit more work done. I don't know how long I'll be there for. Normally I do hop between a lot of people's streams, and I lurk a lot of the time. Thank you. Thank you for the appreciation of the avatar. I like that. That's great. Yes, and for Karibo and the Lonely's antics in the middle. I appreciate that. They can be a menace. Right, well, I'm going to bring this to an end. Make sure that you grab something to eat if you need it, something to drink. Have a stretch. If you're starting the day, good luck. I hope you have a good one. For people going into the afternoon like myself, keep on powering through. Have a rest. You can do it. And I will see you again on another occasion. Thank you for being here. Bye, everyone.